I've only ever heard one song by Invent Animate before. That was Immolation of Night, which was heavy and confusing at times, but very solid and interesting. So let's see what this is like. This one's called Elysium, and go! Okay. Quite a different atmosphere already. Okay. It's quite a good scream there. Oh yeah, nice. Then immediately taken away. Tasty drumming. Aha, that open hi-hat. Maintaining the groove. A little bit of lead guitar there. Low in the mix. Ooh, triumphant. That's quite gorgeous. This is beautiful. Ooh. Return to that riff. Oh! Just throw it in there. That's amazing. It's so epic. Oh my God. Lovely backing vocals in there. Lovely reverb production. The way the drum parts move around that central beat. There's so much power in that. Oh my God. The choice of that note. So beautiful. Change of pace entirely. Still gorgeous though, but very different. Oh my God! No, I don't want it to be over. I want more. Okay, I've got to be honest. I did not expect that to be as good as that ended up being. So I've only heard one of their songs before, and I thought it was very technically impressive and heavy, and some great moments in it, but it was like so complex and confusing at times, especially with the music video, that I didn't know if this was gonna be a band that just goes, all right, we're just gonna open a can of fucking heavy whoop ass and enjoy, because that's a fun exercise and it can create some really amazing slappy songs. But that song was so elevated beyond that. We'll get into that in a moment. So I'm gonna try and break this thing down. In terms of the drums, clearly an incredibly talented drummer. Incredibly talented, right? And it's not just about, well, it's complex, there's a lot of hits in there, but the syncopation that goes in there, you know, he's smart enough to have the central groove is not lost for, you know, main sections of the song, and usually with the kind of consistent snare placement, but the bits he does with the kick pedals and the toms and the ride cymbals and the dingy dings and the fucking bells around that are very well designed and confusing on first listening. It's like, well, that's way off what I thought it was, but that snare consistency keeps it all in balance. That's really fucking cool. Complicated and difficult things he was doing as well. So technical ability was on display, but also the musicality of how he was structuring his drum beats for the sections of the song, fucking brilliant. And in the big epic choruses, it just supported it so well. It was a masterful construction of the drums and performance of that. And the recording of it, the whole thing was really seriously impressive. The guitars were beautiful and also similarly well considered in a way that I wasn't necessarily expecting, in that it wasn't about, all right, let's just fucking do some heavy shit and complicated and go and enjoy and it's gonna be some heavy, insane song. There was moments when there was a beautiful lead guitar bit, but it was quite low in the mix. It was a supporting layer. That shows intelligence of songwriting when it's not just about a collection of riffs. Hey, I'm the lead guitarist, let me show you what I can do in this section as well. It's part of what makes sense for that section of the song, and that was fucking great. But also just, yeah, I mean, the riffage was insane. And gorgeous though as well, similar with the drums. The ability to support that massive chorus, with the chords that were chosen and the chord progressions in there, I felt that so viscerally, and it, you know, in no small part because of what the drums were doing and the guitars. Like, it all came together to have this beautiful epic package. And similarly, later on when they changed and went to like a slower, different tempo, very different tone within that from the main kind of chorus epicness. Still epic though, but just with a darkerness. And they had some gaps in the riffs as well, and the drum stabs. It's fucking low. I love those. And that was all helped by the epicness of the vocals as well. The choice of notes of that chorus, I don't remember, I'm going all over the place a little bit here, but in the last song I listened to by them, I don't remember there being melodic vocals. There may have been. I don't remember them. They didn't really stand out for me. There was a lot of scream vocals, which I do enjoy. But that chorus had some distorted screamishness to it, but the melody shone through. You could hear the notes that were the essential part of that vocal hook. I don't know if you call it that. There's a lot of sustained notes. It's less hooky, but that tone was just so massive, and I felt it viscerally in my skeleton. My whole body lit up with that chorus. It felt comforting. It felt like home. And it's such an exciting time to be a fan of heavy music where you can have moments like that in what is also the ingredients of it are fucking devastating heavy riffs, mad drum beats with double kick pedals. But it can have those moments of just rapture, which that song had, and I could not get enough of that. And the vocals had a big part to play in that. I loved their scream vocals that they did in all the rest of the song, to be fair. And that kind of balance between almost like a spoken word entry to it and then going straight into a kind of scream thing that anchors it in a human despair emotion, which is very cool to see. So it's not just about the scream part, it's about how you get there emotionally as part of the song. But the chorus, fuck, that was absolutely stunning. I don't really know what other elements there were in that song to comment on. It was very, I think there were some little kind of synthy bits, but they didn't really stand out if they did. It was more about the drums and guitars together and their vocals. But also there was, and other elements might be production elements. There was moments there when on the vocals there was a ton of reverb to make it sound like it was a massive space that he was kind of shouting out from, or was, it's on a cliff edge. It was this huge expanse, and that was done in the production to give you that kind of sense. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And overall, that song was so beyond epic. I just thought that was marvelous. Absolutely. And I've kind of, in terms of overall song, I think I've already commented on a lot of that in part by supporting it with what I've done with the breaking down the other instrumental pieces. But wow, I mean, just that was awesome. an epic journey that from the start I felt pretty confident, like, okay, this is considered, this is interesting, this is heavy, this is beautiful, there's a lot to go on, and it never disappointed. It carried you with it the whole way through that song, and I thought that was masterful. And in terms of the rating, I'd give that, like, sheesh. I'm tempted to bring out the big one. I think, honestly, and it's a weird thing to do. I mean, I'm trying to cherish that masterpiece rating thing for like absolutely the rarest of the rare. And I don't know whether I'm considering it because I wasn't expecting this song to be as good based on what I thought of the previous one. But I think that might be a masterpiece. I really do. Certainly within this kind of genre and this sort of style of music, from my own point of view, right? These are all just opinions. But for me, myself, I thought that seemed like a masterpiece. The way that all built up with the heaviness and the kind of chaos moments, but it was all very controlled and considered, to then funnel up into this huge, gorgeous, and yet still fucking heavy chorus. That for me is the hallmark of a masterpiece within this kind of genre of music. I thought that was unreal. I really did not expect that, but I'm delighted about it. There we go. And now I'm really excited to hear more by Invent Animate, because again, I like a lot of time signature weirdness and, you know, progressive rock elements, but sometimes it can be a little bit too much, a little bit show-offy. That didn't have that feel. It felt purposeful in a way that helped the song. And it wasn't just purposeful in terms of like, well, we've really thought through these layers that build over each other in this particular section of our complicated song. That whole song felt like a very singular journey story that all the complexity and heaviness built towards perfectly, in my view. I'm so excited to hear more of them. If they can produce that, what else can they do? And yeah, I can't wait. That was, fuck it, a masterpiece. If you enjoyed this video, please do boop the like button. It'll help other people on YouTube find and potentially enjoy this video as well. If you want to see more videos like this, then feel free to subscribe, and then you'll see future videos that I make doing reactions here. If you're interested in music beyond the rock genre, do feel free to check out the link in the description. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll see you in another video.